When defining the world's richest countries, people tend to look at the strength of respective economies in terms of gross domestic product or GDP. However, most economists nowadays take into account the purchasing power parity (PPP) of a country. Using this measurement, we can get a better picture of the richest countries on the planet. So in this video, we're going to tell you about top richest countries in 2022. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. United States. One of the richest countries in the world is the United States, a country famous for being filled with opportunities, freedom, and also for being the poster child of capitalism in the Western world. But what most people don't know about the US is that it emerged as a leading economic power way back in the 1940s, right after World War II, when all of the great European powers got wiped out because of the conflict. Back then, the driving forces of the economy were the military and manufacturing industries, and today they're the technology industry represented by giants such as Google, Facebook, and Apple, and the finance industry is home to some of the biggest banks and hedge funds in the world. Qatar. Glittering in gold and jewels along the Persian Sea, Qatar ranks 7th on our list, with a population of just 2.6 million, with only an estimated 300,000 being native Qataris. Qatar is small but mighty. Like many well-developed countries today, Qatar began its modern history as a British colony. The country in recent years has enjoyed surplus revenues from the oil sector. Aside from this, the tourist trade has also been contributing to the national coffers, along with its steel and fertilizer exports. But Qatar's economy is far from perfect, relying on expat labor to keep its economic engine running. It was only by a treaty in 1868 that the country was allowed to operate independently of the British Crown. For a small country, Qatar has a lot of might, and in 2022, it will host the FIFA World Cup. Switzerland. Switzerland is an iconic country in Central Europe. It barely has any natural resources, has no access to the sea, and its cold and mountainous climate is no good for agriculture. However, because of its extraordinary banking and finance sectors, the country enjoys the status of being one of the richest and most prosperous in the world. For instance, 15% of the adult population has more than $1 million in net worth, and the average Swiss citizen earns more than $72,000. And with such a high number of millionaires, no wonder Switzerland is synonymous with luxury and good fortune. Monaco. Also known as the billionaire's playground, Monaco is located on the Western European Mediterranean coast, and it's famous for its impressive high-roller casinos, crazy yacht parties, and endless entertainment options for the rich. Now, the thing about Monaco is that it oozes wealth and luxury, and that's not even an exaggeration. For instance, the average Monaco resident earns more than $185,000 per year. More than a third of residents are millionaires, and literally there is no poverty here. What's more, everything in this city-state is made with the ultra-rich in mind, and it's not uncommon for you to see super sports cars speeding through Monte Carlo Avenue, the largest and most luxurious avenue in the country. Singapore. Singapore is located on the Malay Peninsula in Southeast Asia. Singapore is a very small island country, especially when compared to its neighbors Malaysia and Indonesia. But despite its small size, it's one of the most prominent business hubs in Asia, with a vibrant real estate market, the booming tech industry full of innovative startups, and countless opportunities for people looking for work in a disruptive environment. Now, some say Singapore became such a tech powerhouse because of its loose business regulations, while others say that it was because of its flexible tax laws that in turn attracted most large multinational companies. But no matter the reason, the fact is that Singapore's economy is growing at an impressive rate. For instance, there are more than 270,000 millionaires here. Ireland. Back in the 60s, Ireland used to be one of the poorest countries in Europe. However, since the rise of technology and the information age, Ireland has attracted a massive number of tech companies such as Google, Microsoft, and Facebook, which now have headquarters and research centers here. And because of that, the GDP of this small country has skyrocketed in the past few decades, taking it from being one of the poorest countries in Europe to being the 4th richest country in the world. And today, there are 15 Irish billionaires, 78,000 millionaires, and the average Irish resident earns more than $94,000 per year. Now, politicians and government officials like to prop up those numbers as evidence of a job well done. Luxembourg. Also known as the billionaire's capital of Europe, Luxembourg is a small landlocked country in Central Europe, famous for its rich culture, stress-free way of life, and most importantly, its loose banking and tax laws. And because of that, it's the go-to tax haven for large multinational companies and wealthy people who want to safely park their money, thus bringing a massive influx of foreign capital to this tiny country and also creating an insurmountable demand for financial services. Well, no wonder Luxembourg is one of the richest countries in the world. For instance, there are more than 42,000 millionaires out of a small population of 600,000 inhabitants. The average resident makes more than $19,000 per year, and the entire atmosphere of this small city-state oozes luxury and elegance, with its extravagant avenues filled with Michelin-starred restaurants, exclusive beer and wine festivals, and dozens of castle hotels. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon for more updates and notifications. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.